remember petrol, water on our way, my ayo. Aye, aye, water on our way, my. When I remember subsidy removal, salt on our way, my ayo. Aye, aye, water on our way, my. Water on our way, my. Water on our way, my ayo. Aye, aye, water run away my eye.
Another run.
2023 to read the press statement by Free Nigeria Movement titled Subsidy Removal, Renewed Pain and the Cycle of Indifference.
Yes.
The dictatorial pronouncement on the removal of subsidy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whose ascension to power awaits confirmation by the court, is a credible specimen in the scholarly hall of politics and governance.
Yes.
The rush by his mouthpieces to explain a clear and ambiguous statement to a deeply traumatized citizenry will make a poor reference material in damage control. 3 days later, we are here gasping for meaning, trying to convince ourselves that the purpose of government is to inspire people,
Yes.
to chart paths to dreams and aspirations, to create a safe, habitable environment for equal access to opportunities and more.
Yes.
While we understand the need to bring the criminal regime of subsidy to a close, we do not understand the urgency of his pronouncement, given that a prior arrangement by the President Muhammadu Buhari administration set the withdrawal of subsidy for June 2023. The hurry without any consideration of what cushioning mechanisms will be put in place to lessen the agony of our vast poor demography is most worrisome. We therefore are curious, like many Nigerians, of what the intention of the pronouncement was. Was it designed to inject more suffering into the Nigerian mass in order to break whatever remains of the bony courage sat trembling on the cold floor, grounded by the fear of Professor Yaqub Mahmood, perpetrated his evil at the International Conference Center, Abuja? Or to woo lieutenants of the struggle for a new Nigeria forced to their knees by a regime of hardship draining the pool of reason? It is evident that when subsidy became a national reality in the mid and late 70s, it was not an invention of poor people of Nigeria. And when our refineries collapsed, it was not the poor who approved the funds for their rehabilitation.
At all.
Till date, subsidy greases the livelihood of the elite.
Yes.
To deepen their hold on the petroleum branch of our natural resources. It is true that Nigerians are yet to fully acquaint with the realities of the dealings in the petroleum industry run by an evil cabal whose sole ambition is endless milking profits from the suffering of Nigerians, drowning descendant voices wherever suits their will. The story of the Ogoni Nine leaves very little to imagination. The president, whose ascension to power awaits confirmation by the courts, has by this pronouncement inspired long-standing greed in the petroleum industry, with the NNPC Limited shamelessly leading the way by its immediate release of upward reviewed pump price of between 488 and 557 in the nearly 200 nationwide hike. An uncharitable move given the enormity of anguish experienced by Nigerians during the current crunch of the Naira redesign policy barely 3 months ago. Add this to the trauma of Professor Yaqub Mahmood and INEC's misappropriation of public trust, and what you have is a nation gasping for life.
Yes.
We cannot continue the rounds, the cycle of pain, We must find a way out of a vicious existence where the worst, or to round the circle of pain where the best never happens. Nigeria must grow high and above individual and institutions that attend only to the need of a few people.
Yes.
Nigerians, this is our country.
Yes.
And we must respond to all of it as it does some.
Yes.
Neither the president, the vice president, the senate president, the speaker of House of Representatives, the governors, their aides, and the federal, state, and local government functionaries, nor their family members will directly be impacted by this unfortunate pronouncement, as they have privileges which neither you nor we enjoy. The attendant inflammatory effects, impact on livelihood, decreased household income, high rate of criminal activities,
Yes, sir.
and other effects of this pronouncement would only float in the news report to their ears. The blunt, as always, sit in the shop in Wuse Market,
Yes.
in Alaba International Market, in Area Market, in Savongari Market in Kano, to mention a few. All private and government establishments, including ministries and parastatals, where wages are drawn from the 30,000 approved minimum wage. The malfunctioning industry, already deeply scared by the epilepsy of an insufficient national grid, and so on. We worry for pregnant mothers who may not be able to go to the clinic due to exorbitant transport fares, especially those in labor.
Yes.
We are worried for the senior citizens who must need transport to access treatment, and emergency patients whose life may hang in the thread by this artificial hike.
Yes.
Persons living with disabilities are also in our thoughts, as they may resort to every excruciating cost to beat long distances.
Yes.
The hasty but directionless enforcement of subsidy removal will murder the dream of many Nigerians.
Yes.
It will kill hope, perish ingenuity, and drown reason.
Yes.
Those arguing that the president is immune from blame for the behavior of operators in the petroleum industry following his pronouncement have more to learn about leadership and inspiration.
Yes.
Or should we say inducement? This merchant of lies and deceit will stop at nothing to offer their heads to the sharing blade of shame. They may wish to tell us where fuel pump price sat in the hours prior to the pronouncement of May 29, or how much indifferent leaked was that pronouncement onto the grounds at Eagle Square, to the residents of Abuja and in the airwaves, posts and tweets to the rest of the country. We cannot continue to pretend that we are a strong people, when in fact we are dying in droves from depression and desperation.
Yes.
Nigerians are among the saddest people in the world today.
Yes.
If only this unnatural decree had waited till June, maybe palliatives would have been put in place, and our people will not be in this scared by what should have been a noble move by government.
That's right.
Contrary to the notion being promulgated by spin doctors that the subsidy removal is to caution the excesses of the elite, the true targets are the poor people of Nigeria.
Yes.
We cannot continue to allow lives waste on the inability of government to show leadership.
Yes.
Finally, we call on all Nigerians to remain law-abiding and to follow legal path in voicing their displeasures with the abrupt removal of subsidy by the federal government.
Yes.
We call for collaboration among citizens based on the understanding of shared pain.
Yes.
This is not the time to be angry. No, but a time for sober reflection.
Yes.
To access life's choices and how much of government policies impact our lives daily.
Yes.
It is time to see what influence we can command as a people in a democracy and a right to demand for accountability from our government.
Yes.
No matter their route to power.
Yes. Sure.
Time to know that not voting for an individual does not remove your right to ask them to do the right thing.
Yes.
For everyone that holds power does so on behalf of the people, including members of the opposition.
Yes.
As a group, the Free Nigeria movement will continue to demand for good governance,
Yes.
responsible leadership,
Yes.
and insisting on a credible route to power.
Yes.
We frown at the unsavory pronouncement of subsidy removal by the new government,
Yes.
which is especially and essentially a place holding pending decision on all petition at the Presidential Election Tribunal Court.
Yes.
We call for immediate reversal of this pronouncement,
Yes.
failure of which we shall begin national protest within the next 7 days.
Yes.
This is the lawful duty and right of every Nigerian.
Yes.
We are aware of the ongoing talks with the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, and the many actors lobbying for an acceptance of the new pump price by the NLC leadership.
No.
We call on the NLC to remain steadfast,
Yes.
standing with the poor people of Nigeria,
Yes.
and never compromising their position.
Yes.
As always, we call on Nigerians to stand up and defend our country.
Yes.
Our right to live with every inch of dignity in it. This is the only country we have.
Yes.
We will defend with every strength of being, standing on the law.
Yes.
This is the only way that Nigeria can stand for the good of all.
Yes.
And as always, let Nigeria win.
Yes.
Let Nigeria win.
Yes.
Let Nigeria win.
Nigeria win.
Let Nigeria win.